Hi, this is my vlog for the week of September 20th. Right now I'm in Whiteland, Indiana. I'm out on the Kelsay Dairy Farm, basically about a half-hour drive outside of Indianapolis. And today I'm on this tour with Dow AgroSciences. And yesterday we were at headquarters, learning about new genetics that are coming to the market and new crop protection products. And today we're out learning about Indiana dairy, and it's been a great time. I really enjoyed it. You can see the cows are really enjoying the silage behind me. And one of the things that I can really say is that the reality is that no matter if you're a farmer in Canada or North America or in the United States, a lot of the challenges are really the same. There are obviously in the dairy situation there are things that are different, such as Canada has quota, US doesn't. That kind of came home in 2009. The US dairy farmer really struggled with depressed milk prices, whereas Canada obviously had some pricing stability. But otherwise, when we talk about things like access to credit, increasing land values, increasing debt levels, and fluctuating commodity prices, the reality is that things are really the same, and all that really separates us is that 49th parallel. Very interesting out here. A lot of the practices are the same as well, not just the issues. DDGs in the ration, supplement. A lot of farmers dairy farmers in Indiana are relying on corn silage. There's soybeans in the rotation, and Joe Kelsay even told us that next year he'll be putting wheat in the rotation as well because of the spike in prices. So one of the things that is different between the US and Canada for sure in terms of dairy is obviously the size of the dairies, for sure. In this case, the Kelsays, they're 450 to 500 head dairy. You know, I'm not sure what the average is in Indiana or in the United States, but I know there is quite a few, like in Arizona, 5,000 head dairies. Joe even mentioned there's a lot of 3,000 head dairies in Indiana. Indiana is the 14th largest dairy producing state in the U.S. Land values move from $4,500 to $9,000 an acre depending where you are. If you're close to the center, Joe even commented that land is sold for $25,000 an acre. So obviously the challenges of urban sprawl are real and are there. So obviously in Canada, because of the price of quota, we've got dairy farms tend to be smaller, but the reality is that a lot of the production is still the same. So here we are in the milking parlor. Like I said, a lot of things are similar, obviously. Technology is not too different. What we have here is cows being milked. They milk 3 times a day. Basically, I think it was 9 o'clock, 5 o'clock, and 1 o'clock in the morning. The Kelsays face is that there's a lot of, they're kind of pushing up against Indiana Green, I think it's Greenwood. And one of the issues with that is the fact that they're fighting urban sprawl, or there's a battle of urban sprawl. And one of the neat things that I can say that they're doing, trying to be innovative, trying to be different, is that starting in the beginning of October, they've actually got involved in agritourism. And so what they're doing with the agritourism is that on weekends they open up the dairy farm to the public, and the urban population can come out to the farm, can learn about the dairy. They can buy pumpkins, there's hay rides, a whole bunch of stuff, and I think the reality is that's really super cool. And they've said they got a lot of interest, and it's a great way for them to make sure they're telling the story of agriculture. We talk about that lots on realagriculture.com. They can tell the story of agriculture to urban people, to make sure that people know where their, in this case, milk and where their food comes from. From what I can see, really, there's really not that much different, and sometimes I think we really forget that. We don't realize that our neighbors to the south have a lot of things in common. So really enjoyed myself today on at Kelsay Dairy Farm, and thanks a lot to Dow AgroSciences, and I guess I've enjoyed Indiana.